Like, I lived a life where, you know what I'm saying, I was serving one of my homeboys' mama at one point in time, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't about, it was about the money. It was about, you know what I'm saying, trying to, hello? Y'all see how they go?
An inmate at the Tennessee Department of Corrections DeBerry Special Needs Facility. To accept this call,
We'll
press
just ride it like that, you know
0.
what I'm saying?
To refuse this call, your current balance is $14.04. This
I
call
come
is
back
from a
and finish
correction
this, you know what I'm
facility
saying?
and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using GTL.
What's going on, boo?
What up, though, man? What you got going on?
Man, just chilling, man. Just coming off of this count time, lockdown. Getting ready to go to work later on. I ain't doing nothing right now, though. What you up to?
Man, I ain't doing nothing, man. I was really just sitting here chilling, man. Just got through doing my little morning routine and stuff, man. I was really just sitting here thinking about the life, you know what I'm saying? I was really sitting here thinking about the life and like what it do to your mentality and how far and how much you have to do to really get away from that and really change that. And then not only that, it's when you make that change, and I'm pretty sure you know you one of the people in the world I know that's big on, it's not the need of recognition, but it's something about getting the recognition from people when you have made that turn, because they give you all the recognition in the world. They give you all the validation. They will talk about when you doing it negative, when you doing it the wrong way. They gonna put that on blast. But when you turn that corner, you rarely do you get that, man, I see you, like that genuine congratulations, like, you know what I'm saying? And that support of people wanting to get behind you and support that journey of you, you know what I'm saying? So I was just really sitting here reflecting on, you know what I'm saying, how much I've had to work on my mind, my heart, you know what I'm saying, and watching so many people watch me and not get the recognition from the people that you really expect to get the recognition from, which I'm over that. Don't get me wrong, I'm over it, because at some point you just get over it, you know what I'm saying, that you don't get that from the people that you expected to get it from first, but
that you would most want it from. That like you say, that you over it, you know what I'm saying? I get that, I relate to that too, but the people that you expect that would say, I'm proud of you, or I see you, or blah, 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 it's hard to get there, because I think it's like most people, and particularly the ones that are closest to you by blood, I mean, mostly, or people that grew up with you, not by blood, but just grew up with you, that know you, right? It's kind of like they want you to stay where you're at,
right?
You know, and they expect that you're not going to do any better than that, and when you do, it's almost like they're disappointed,
right? And
that's weird to say, but it's almost like that. I didn't even know him. No, you knew who I was, right? Because I'm not going to deny that my mindset was gone, boo. My mindset was gone. I see that now.
Right.
I see that now, you know what I'm saying? But I'm somebody else now. I'm different.
Right.
I'm different. And I know I am, and I don't need somebody to validate me, but I would like that.
You know.
And that might not make sense. I would like it. I don't need it, but I would like somebody to say, man, I see you, man.
And you know what
I'm saying?
It's crazy that you say, you know what I'm saying, because everybody in life, I feel, go through this transition. Everybody hit that moment in life where you realize, you know, that the way you were moving and the way that you was doing things was really off. And everybody want that same recognition, but we can't give it to each other, though. You want it because you know that you done made a turn. But when it come to my turn, you know what I'm saying, it's I don't know what that is. Like, that's weird. But you know, when you said you was gone. Elaborate on that. Like, what do you mean when you say, how did you realize, what point was it when you realized, like, the way I'm thinking about things, the way I see things is wrong?
Man, it's hard to pinpoint a time, but it was years ago. But I'm going to tell you, when I did see it years ago, it was like, and I'm reluctant to say this, but it's real. It was almost like a fear of transitioning. You know what I'm saying? Because I really did not know what it would look like being somebody else. Because even though I've always had a belief in my mind that I'm going to get out of prison, right? I always had a belief in my mind that I'm going to get out, and I still believe that I'm going to get out, right? Mm-hmm. Part of me was like, man, I'm here, and this is my life, and the people around me, this is what they expect of me, and I have to live here, and this is what they expect. This is how I'm supposed to act. I know it was stupid, I know it was insane, but it was like, when in Rome, man. When in Rome.
Is it another?
If I was gonna go ahead.
Is it almost like another form of peer pressure, even as an adult?
It was, but it wasn't like they were forcing me to do it, or it was like, it wasn't like it was saying to me like, if you don't do this, we ain't gonna like you, or so on and so forth. You know, like you come up in grade school, high school. It was implied.
Right.
It was implied by the way I see them treating other people that walked away, or that got pushed away. It was implied like that, and I'm like, man, I don't want that.
Right.
I don't want that. Even though what I was getting was insanity, I wanted some type of, man, this is crazy that you think you brought this up. I wanted some type of validation. Any type of validation. Just somebody to see me, man. Because it's kind of like when you in here, you invisible to everybody else in the world, except for the people that love you.
Yep.
You feel me? And I just wanted anybody to see me. And even though it was toxic, I accepted it.
Right.
I accepted it. It's almost like being in an abusive relationship, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know it's bad. You want to get away, but dadgummit, you know, this is as good as it's gonna get for me. That's what you'll start to think. And that's what I started to think, and then, you know, it was like part of my transition, man. It was by choice and by force. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because, and what I mean by that is like, it got to the point where, you know what I'm saying, living the life to where it's like some people wanted me to continue, some people didn't want me to continue. They wanted me gone, out of the way. You feel what I'm saying? So they can do whatever they wanted to do, whenever they wanted to do it, however they wanted to do it. You know what I mean? So it was like at that point I just got tired, and when I walked away, I was tore up on one level, and on the other level I was happy. You feel what I'm saying? Because I had to go through that, people mistreating me, not fighting, trying to hurt me, and anything like it was like, Joe, you can't come here today, man. We got a meeting going on. You can't be here. You can't, and that bothered me to an extent because I've been doing it for so many years.
Right.
And I started to feel like don't nobody see me now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you, man, I ain't just saying it. If it wasn't for my family coming to see me, when y'all would come and see me, see, a lot of y'all didn't really know what I was going through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because how do you tell the people that you love that had been, and this is weird, that y'all had gotten used to me being a gangster.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? How do I tell you I ain't that no more? In my mind, I'm thinking this ain't gonna work.
Right.
This ain't gonna work. You know, and I know it don't make sense, man. I know it don't make sense, but I felt like this is what makes me. This is what makes people look at me. This is what makes people see me. And then when I gave that all up, when I walked away from all that, it's like I'm invisible again, man.
Yeah.
I'm invisible again.
And see, and that's the hardest part of the game. Like I went through that. Like I think I still deal with it every now and then because, you know, so much of my journey is attached to who I was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't want the same respect that I used to get because what I used to get respect for, I know for a fact it was wrong. Like I know, like it's no way like you should love and respect me for me being the monster that I was and the things that I done did. And it's crazy that my brain can't accept it 100% that it's okay not to, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, how am I struggling with not wanting to be a monster or get respect for that? You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost like, because of how I grew up, I can't speak for nobody else. Like the lifestyle that I'm familiar with, the people that I'm familiar with, like we don't know that kind of love on the other side. It's just not, you know, people who I guess you could say have normal lives and normal families, like what you just said. Like, how do I tell my people I ain't a gangster no more when that's all they know? Like, I went through that. Like, Like, how do I call home before I come? How do I call home when I've been calling home, getting people sending me dope? You know what I'm saying? Telling people to do this and telling people to do that. How do I call home now and tell them that's not who I am no more? And when I do, how does it look from here? Like, what do they see me as? And even when I came home, like when I went into them environments and around them people, and I knew in my head I wasn't that, but I'm struggling with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and then once I started seeing like people really, and it hurt even worse once I started seeing people really start getting the point. That was like, it was so painful that like people was finally like recognizing like, man, that ain't him no more. And I was taking that offensive. You know what I'm saying? Like, like hold on, like I'm that, but I ain't him. But it was like that kind of respect was leaving me. And it was like, it's like letting go of a power. You know what I'm saying? I get that. It's evil. It's evil. It's like turning loose a power that you had or whatever that is. Like, it was like, man, and it's like, go ahead.
I don't think people take into account the social consequences of a person changing, how that's going to affect their life, how they're going to be viewed, how they're going to be seen. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People don't think about that. Well, you need to quit doing it. You need to quit living like that. You need to get right. You need to do A, B, and C. But they don't take into account all of the social bonds that you've made, even though they're wrong. All of the social bonds and connections that you've made, and how it's going to fundamentally change your life and the way you got to move and groove through life. Nobody takes that into account when they say you need to change. They just say you need to stop. And they're right about the change needing to take place. But how is that person's life going to look when when this change takes place? Who's going to be that friend circle? Who's going to be that support? Where are these people at? And I think that's what you're touching on when you talk about the validation. The people that are seeing you, because now you got to create whole new social groups. You feel what I'm saying? And that don't happen. That don't happen when you disconnect from the old way. These people that were telling you that you need to straighten your life out, they're for the most part not the ones that even see you no more. They don't even give you the validation that you would think that they would be giving you, because these are the ones that encourage you to tell you to quit. You feel me? So they're not even there. So the social consequences of change is something that needs to be taken into account when we talk to young people about stop living that life and stop living this life, because they don't know what the rest of their life is going to look like. They don't know who their friends are going to be. You feel? They don't know what they're going to do from day to day, because they have built a routine around the lifestyle. And that's familiar to them. You feel me?
I've been home for 5 years and I still have not formed that circle. I can't find it. It doesn't, I can be social with people, you know what I'm saying, for a short period of time, because I've learned how to, hold conversations and move. But genuine friends that's everyday life, like that social, like you said, those social consequences, like you said a while ago, it's an abusive relationship. People don't leave their abuser, you know what I'm saying, because of whatever control, whatever manipulation, and whatever they done sold into their head. And people tell them all the time, you should leave that person putting their hands on you. You should leave that person emotionally abusing you. You should leave that person verbally abusing you. And that person that's being abused is really like, and if I leave, who gonna be there? Even though this person is abusing me, they somewhat supportive. They helping me too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, coming out of the life, like I remember, like when I was telling everybody, you know what I'm saying, I wrote the book and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And so many people at first was like, man, yeah. Because, so many people talking about writing books in the penitentiary, and then not only that, my background, you know what I'm saying? So when I came home and started doing it, I realized, like, I got a little bit of support, but then I had to realize very quickly, the books are not, I can use the same hustle, but these books are not like drugs. The drugs, I can continue to sell them in my community because they'll use it over and over. But once they read this book, I have to expound. I have to expand what I'm doing and really get out and do it. Because once they read the book, they done read the book. I have to get out and do more, which forced and pushed me. And I'm grateful for it. But that was hard for me to do. Like, people don't realize, like, people look at my pictures, all the traveling I do and all the speak. I did all of that stuff terrified. I did all of it, you know what I'm saying? With a force in myself saying, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna have to do it scared, because if I don't do it, I'm selling dope. I'm selling dope and I'm robbing and I'm living how I was living. That's what's gonna happen if I don't do this. And like, it was so hard on my mental, it was so heavy on me. And then I'm doing all of it without the people that I wish I could do it with. Even now, Daddy, like, whatever little success I've had, I'm so grateful and appreciative for it.
Absolutely.
But it's like, I don't even have them here to share it with them. I can't. Because they'll come and squander it. That's another part of it. They'll come and squander my success because they have not matured to the level to understand. Let's celebrate it, not crash it out. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But see, that's a process that you went through to get to that mental state of mind where you appreciate it and you understand this gift. You feel what I'm saying? Most people, if you know you the friends you grew up, your social network back then, right?
Yeah.
They don't have that understanding yet. I'm gonna say yet. They don't have that understanding yet to really be able to look at you and be like, man, I see you.
Yeah.
They don't have that yet. See, because all they got to go on is the social connections that were created back in the day based off of this particular lifestyle. And that's why I really do feel sorry for guys, you know what I'm saying, people that are still trapped like that, man, because, you know, even with me, with doing the podcast and the things that I do in here, and then when I talk about you and your success, because I'm always bragging on you, you know what I'm saying? And I'm telling people about that, I get that look of excitement at first. And then after a while, it becomes envious. You feel what I'm saying? And I can see it. And then I say, okay, it's time for me to shut up. You know, and that, go ahead.
Let me cut y'all real quick, because I got to record. I didn't tell you, but because I was already in the middle of recording, so I just turned it off. So I want to take this commercial break real quick to tell everybody, hey, look, check this out. If y'all ain't checked out my daddy podcast, man, go check it out. It's Doing Time with Joe. It's spelled DOIN, Time with Joe, TIMEWITH. Joe, Joe. And when you go to Google and you type it in, it's gonna show you every platform that is streaming on. His picture, his artwork is a picture of some bars with a mic on it. You will see it. It's called Doing Time with Joe. And I know a lot of people enjoy these conversations between me and my dad, and you know what I'm saying, me and Pop, we really appreciate it, because I pay attention to the comment section. And when he get a chance, you know, he look at the comment section as well, man. And so we know, you know, we appreciate that. And if you want to hear more conversations like this from my pops, you know what I'm saying, go to his podcast. It's Doing Time with Joe. And for everybody who did go and have went and subscribe, you know what I'm saying, from listening to us talk, I'm pretty sure he got something he want to say. Go ahead, Pop.
I really, really do appreciate everybody that goes there, subscribes, and just downloads and just leaving messages. It really does something for me. You know what I'm saying? It encourages me. It keeps me, you know, on that path of like, I'm making a difference. And I really want to thank people for all of that. And you have no idea how much those few little words that you say to me in the comment sections to me and myself, you have no idea what effect that has on my mental. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing everything I can right now to not even cry, just trying to thank y'all for that, because it makes a difference. It makes all the difference in the world when people say, I see you. It makes all the difference in the world when I hear or when I read, when you say that this is what I like to see. I love that. I love that. And I would encourage you to keep doing that. Keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? And do it with your loved ones out there.
Right.
Grab them and hug them. Grab them and hug them and tell them you see them. They need that. I'm telling you now, they need it.
And even right now, you know what I'm saying, I can't give you all your flowers, Pops, until you get here. But you know what I'm saying, I want to take this time, you know what I'm saying, because I know a lot of people going to listen to it. I want to give you some flowers, man, because you know, you contributed to. I see a lot of men in the comment section that talk about how they wish they had some kind of relationship with their daddy, man. And We have a better relationship, a better connection than some men that's out here with they pops. You know what I'm saying? And I know before I got to Uncle Chris, like, you contribute a lot to. People don't understand, even though you grown, like you still have an impact on your children. And you know, even though we was doing what we was doing, I still paid attention to the character. I paid attention to your character. You know, how people treated you. You know what I'm saying? How you moved and different stuff that you done when it comes to the books and stuff like that. Because whatever's in your parents, it's in you. And I'm talking about the good stuff. People always highlighted how negative things were, and didn't never say how smart my pops was in school and the good grades he made, and you know what I'm saying, and stuff that he was capable. They didn't say them types of things, so they didn't sow them types of things into me. You know what I'm saying? Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Like, my daddy done wrote more than one book. You know what I'm saying? For the book that's on my website, one of his books is on my website.
Becoming a Murderer.
Becoming a Murderer. It's on my website. You can get the ebook for a 10, and you can get the physical copy for 12. It's on my website. Becoming a Murderer. But watching that, it birthed something in me. You know, before I got to and got on the spiritual journey, which made it come full circle. But I just want to let you know, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for that.
Even though I know. From watching, I knew it was hard on you. You know what I'm saying? How could it not be? I mean, I'm in the cell with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember that one time, I don't remember what was going on, but I remember you had went and got a knife, and you showed it to me. You was like, I ain't finna let nobody do nothing to you. Like, I can't, I can't imagine how tough that would have been, you know what I'm saying, for me on the opposite end and me being in the cell. But it was a lot of things, you know. And I think we'll have these conversations until you get here, until the end of time. Like, we had so many moments that was detrimental to what I have become today. And it was crazy, unfortunate, but under those circumstances, the Most High both gave us an opportunity. So, you know what I'm saying? I just want to let you know, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate, even how my daddy talked. Like, a lot of people are always talking about my delivery, how I talk, and like, that, even though it's in the family, it triggered from my daddy, like, being in, because I remember you used to have a little program, like, watching you talk to the people in the program, how articulate you were, you know what I'm saying? And so even watching that contribute to, I need to better my vocabulary, my speech, how I talk, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just, I could go on and on and on and on, you know what I'm saying? So,
it's in you, and I want to thank you, too, man. I love you. And I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate you. Like I've said to you before, I live through you. I really do. I live through you. When you tell me about the places you're going and the people you're seeing, and those rare times when I get to see your video or something like that, it just amazes me. And I get excited about that, and I know that's what's coming, and you let me enjoy that, even when, you know, the silly times, and I say, man, what you eat? You know, and you would tell me, you would tell me I want the breakdown. You eat what type of chicken, French fries, whatever it is. I want to hear it, and I want to know what you're drinking with it, because that gives me a visual. That gives me a visual of what you're doing and how you enjoy, and I can see the way you eat, and I can see you smiling, especially when you get silly with it. You know what I mean? And I live through you, and I just and I want to thank you for allowing me to be a part of your life like that. You know what I'm saying? Because it didn't start out good. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in here. You know what I mean? But it's great now, by God's grace. You know what I mean? It's great.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, man. You know what I mean?
What's up, man? That's what's up, man.
And I love you, man.
I love you too, man. Love you too, man. And like it's like.
Let me say this too. I'm sitting here tripping, crying. People up here looking at me. What's wrong with you? They better not say nothing after
way. Even with that right there, like, that's growth. Cause I remember one of my sellers, like, cause the conversation talking about the mindset. Like, I remember one of my sellers, like, he lost a loved one. Like, he literally had to get out the blue box, come in the cell to cry his tears, cause he didn't want nobody to see him cry in there. You know what I'm saying? The mindset, like, it is so hard to get all the way away from, you know what I'm saying, that type of thinking, you know what I'm saying? And I got one more, because I think we got like 4 or 5 minutes. when it came, like, what, because I remember you telling me about the lawyer when he told you, you know what I'm saying, to keep on doing stuff, like when you came up with the apology project and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, how hard was it for you to still, on the back end, you know what I'm saying, create all of these projects, what you was doing, and still have to be, you know what I'm saying, what was your, like, how did you...
Man, that was hard because I'm thinking with a split mind. I see this visual, this image that God has blessed me with to do these good things and these right things. And then on the other hand, I'm still acting a fool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I eventually had to I had to make a choice. I had to eventually make a choice and go all the way straight. Yeah. And once I did that, it was good, but it was hard being able to think with a split mind like that. You know how the Bible says you can't serve two masters?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's true. It's real.
Yeah.
You cannot. You cannot, because you can't really appreciate the fullness of what God is showing you when you're still in that dark place.
Right.
It's really difficult, and it's like, because like my uncle, Squeaker, John, we call him Squeaker, he helped me get the apology project going. When I would call him, I said, Uncle, can you call this person about setting up a website? Can you pay this person? Can you do this and can you do that? He was like, yeah, I got you. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, then I would have to get off of that phone with him and get on another phone and set up getting a dope pack in.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and that's just wrong, man.
Yeah.
It was just, but again, I had to make a choice. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult when you're trying to do it like that, man. When you're trying to live like that, it was hard for me.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
And, I'm not making any excuses, but it was hard.
You have to be all the way in. And I hate to even say it, even in the life. Like, if you in the life and you doing the life, like, you got to be all the way in. And it's the same thing, like, with this, like, I would struggle every now and then because it wasn't moving as fast money do. You know what I'm saying? So it was time where I was back and forth. I can do this and do that, but you can't even mix them. You can't even mix them. You know what I'm saying? You thinking you can balance them, and what you not realizing, and you trying to balance and mixing them, get what you gonna end up crashing both of them. You gonna crash both of them. So I had to put 100% into what I'm doing and figure it out. It's either that or go back.
Right.
And going back was not an option. And I can, I'm grateful now. I'm grateful now that you know what I'm saying, I chose this over that. You know what I'm saying? And that's a major struggle. That's a major struggle, man. And it's all like this whole conversation, like, it's really just about the mindset and the transition that you go through, man, and how tough it is, man. And I just hope people hear this, man, and really think about, you know what I'm saying, the transition is painful, it's hard, but it's worth it.
It is hard.
It's worth it.
It's hard. It'll make you think it's impossible, but I remember a counselor, she told me one day after one of the many times that I had gotten into some mess or whatever, or my name came up, she sat down and told me, I don't even think she realized what she was saying to me. She said, Joe, one day, you're going to have to pick a side. She said, I see it in you, but you keep on getting pulled. You keep on getting pulled. She said, one day, it's going to come, and you're going to have to pick a side. And that day came, and I picked the side. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that I picked this side with the Most High. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's been a blessing to me. You know what I'm saying? And everybody around me, I just really appreciate that, and I appreciate you and everybody that listens. You know what I'm saying, to our shows and whatnot. I really do. I really do, man. I can't even express. I don't even have the words to express my appreciation. I don't, man. Yeah. Other than I love them. I love all of them.
Yeah.
I do. I love every message. I love every dialogue. I love it because it's validation.
Yeah.
It's validation not of me. It's not a validation of me.
Right.
It's validation that the Most High of the Most High.
Right.
And that for me is like, that really does something to me because God said follow Him, and then once I did that, and I am continuing to do that, He's shown me the fruits of that.
Right.
He's shown me, man. Yeah, and it's kind of like a metaphysical thing. It's going on this side of me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, and I love it. I love that feeling more than I ever loved that feeling of being in that dark place, man. It's just
something you have to learn to get used to over time, man. It's letting that spirit override that, you know what I'm saying, whatever that void was. You know, them voids had you feeling like that. Them voids had you feeling like, you know, you let the Spirit, you know, continue to show you that he filling them voids in the righteous way versus, you know what I'm saying, the ways that we have tried to fill them. And man, and one more time, man, y'all commercial break me, please. Y'all
you have 1 minute remaining.
But yeah, that's Pop's phone call, man. Y'all go check out his podcast, Doing Time with Joe, DOIN, Time with Joe. You know what I'm saying? And like we said, the book, Becoming a Murderer, is on my website. You can get the ebook for 10. You can get the physical copy for 12. Pot, you want to say something for a hang up real quick?
Man, I'm going to go on and say I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. And I got to get on down because now I got to go to work. You know what I'm saying? And do my other job. But thank you for the opportunity, man. I really appreciate you. You already know I love you. And for all of y'all out there that's listening, man, look, the Most High is the way. The Most High is the way. I'm telling you, for sure. And I appreciate all the attention and all the support that you give me.
What's up, man? Yeah, just hit me up later on. I'm probably finna upload these. You can probably check before you leave work. I might have at least one of them up.
Okay, dig that. I love you, man. I'm gonna holler back. Okay.
I love you too.
All right.
Man, y'all already know what time it is, man. I hope and pray everybody took something from that, man, because I really been sitting here contemplating and thinking about a lot of stuff, man, and I really hope that touched somebody, man, because these are the conversations me and him have all the time, man, and it helps me a lot, man. So y'all already know what time it is.